So in thinking about you guys today, I boiled it down to 3 things that if you start doing these right now, we could start in this session right here before you even leave. You don't have to think about it tonight, you just do it. If you start doing these 3 things right now, this is going to up-level your leadership tonight. The first thing is we have to ban busy. Anybody else want to ban busy? OK. Whew. Good part of my talk. OK. So we've got to ban busy. The second thing, anybody else notice that this is like killing cultural spirit? This is exhausting us? Yeah, good. We're going to ban it. The second thing we have to do is we have got to cultivate our leadership presence, a stronger leadership presence. This is not just the presence of stage presence or the presence of being present and being in this conversation with Tanya right now. This is a holistic approach to presence from the inside out, and I'm going to talk about that. And the third thing that we need to do is we need to create more space for growth. Actively, intentionally create it. Sound good? All right, so let's take care of busy first. I promise we'd get that one done by 3:45 or 4:45. Busy. Who could have had this as their name tag today? Anybody? Again, I dare you. OK, yes, thank you. How many of you are so busy you almost didn't come to this? I could do a little bit higher hand raising. OK, you guys are so good. All right. Right. How many of you almost sent somebody else in your place? You thought about it? Yeah. OK, cool. How many of you get really inspired and energized when you hear another person talk about how busy they are? Right? But busy somehow has become the new fine. Right? How you doing? I'm fine. Oh, I'm so busy. So busy. And what I see is that busy is really just it's a symptom of a much bigger problem. And the bigger problem is a lack of intention, a lack of presence, a lack of clarity. And in some cases, it's wanting to feel really, really important. So busy becomes this badge of honor that we use as like, oh my God, I'm so busy, right? And it doesn't really work. So if I wanted to tank the energy of this room right now, just tank it, I could have you all pair up, and I could have you talk about how busy you are. And it's going to feel so bad in here. Ink will be so mad at me for just completely ruining the last session. And I would never get you back. I won't get you back. And if I do get you back, you're going to be like this. So we're not going to do that. But it's worth thinking about your relationship with busy, how you use that word, how you use it in your organization. If you really want to have a good time with your company, start having all of your leaders in the company talk about how busy they are. Have them show up late to meetings every time. Have them be half present in the meeting because they're on their phone checking out what's going on because they're just so doggone busy. Then start comparing around the water cooler. Not that we do that anymore, but the water cooler. Start comparing notes about how busy you are. And now make busy so cool that it is a cultural expectation. And now instead of focusing on innovation and results, you're all just focusing on how to survive. Right? So I notice that leaders, a lot of the leaders, or some of the people that I come in contact with, they think they're doing a really good job because they're busy. And I want to just clean this up right now. Being busy does not make you more important. It does not make you more productive. It does not make you more valuable. It just makes you tired. All right? I did an assessment with somebody a little while ago, and we looked at her feedback. And this was some of the feedback that she got. And it completely conflicted with what she hoped her impact was. Her team didn't feel heard. They didn't feel seen. She worked all the time. She sent them emails at 11 o'clock at night. It was like all this conflicting stuff. And the bottom line of it was her intentions were right, but the way that she was showing up with the team, it wasn't working. She was so connected and busy, she couldn't see straight anymore. She couldn't connect with what actually needed to be happening with that team. So it doesn't work. So what do we do instead? Right? What do we do instead? Well, the simplest way to do this is to really start to cultivate that leadership presence and to get really present to what is actually happening for me right now, in this moment. If I'm fully present in this moment, I do not feel busy. Right? I've got to get really in touch with myself here. I also want to get in touch with why I'm saying I'm so busy. What is it? Is it that I'm bad at holding boundaries? Is it that I really need more help and I'm just completely under-supported? Is it that I'm trying to feel important? There's 10 different reasons. I've got a whole article on this if you guys want to see it later. There's a list. But get really clear on it. The third thing you do, most simple, you can all do this starting right now, is you can change your language. So instead of saying, oh my gosh, I'm so busy, Tanya, I am so busy, Michelle, so busy, right? Instead of doing that, I like to think of it as I am richly scheduled. I'm really richly scheduled. I also like to think of it as I'm really well used. This works for me. And life is rich. So I'm not kidding. I changed my language a couple years ago, and that really that opened up my life for me. It opened up how present I could be with my kids, with my business, with my client, like with everything. So I challenge you to find the language that really fits for you, that feels good in your body. And if you're one of those people who loves to say you're busy and you feel totally energized by it and it works for you, then I'm leaving you alone. Like, go for it. But watch your impact when you're talking about it with your team. Watch your impact when you see the person in the grocery store and you start to tell her how busy you are and you just see her start to go, cool, right? Just watch it.